Hello, Barmy Badger Army. As you know, I'm from Essex and I'm a bit of a Romford guy. And this news really upset me. Recently, the Premier Cinema has shut its doors for good, apparently, and it came out of totally nowhere. Literally, I was only looking up film times the other day for me and Badger Jr. when we get back to Essex and stuff. And you know what I mean? I was like, what? What the absolute hell? Because it's one of my favourite cinemas of all time. I not only have a love, a place in my heart for it as a modern cinema with the £4 a touch, the nicer, cheaper, convenience food, the staff were fantastic, everyone's really kind. They accepted like all the discount cards and stuff we had and all that sort of stuff without any trouble. And they were really kind to us. The staff are really good. The management are lovely. They sort of allow you to use the toilets and do all these different things that are really, quite inconvenient for them. But then they were very helpful. Everyone went out of their way to help you, even if you were just causing a bit of mischief. And, obviously for the bargain price of sometimes £4 for two people, if you had the right codes and stuff like that, it was an absolute joy of a place to go to. So let's rewind a bit when I was younger, and it was the Odeon, and it makes you like. I remember the bright blue and white background Odeon there, and we had the ABC cinema, but the Odeon in the Liberty was far better. You had the video games there. I remember going on a Star Wars game there, I'm sure, and they had Outrun, and obviously I went to see Indiana Jones there, and several other sort of like 90s and 80s films there with my parents, or just my dad sometimes. And I really enjoyed going there as a cinema. And when they reopened a while back, I was like, wow. It was literally, you could smell the 80s and the 90s. It literally had been untouched. So much so that no one had been in there, and they just turned all the lights back on, and it had that, it didn't have that recently, but when it first opened, it had that vintage smell, of like an old school cinema. And I was like, it was like my brain went through a portal. It was like something out of the 90s and the 80s, and it was a real reminisce. And that is so upsetting that I'm not going to be able to go there again anytime soon anyway, and share that memory and that love of the Premier Cinema, the Odeon, the old school fun that I used to have. And the fact that it's a bargain as well was fantastic. So it's really upsetting to me that a piece of my history is now gone. Not only, bargain, cheap cinema, blah, 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 but it feels like a piece of my history has now been cocooned and locked away again. And that's really annoying. Not only did I used to go there as a kid, but fast forward when it reopened, me and Viking went for several dates, including the M. Night Shyamalan one about the house. The one with Dave Bautista where they played like the acolytes of hell and stuff. I don't remember the name of it, but you know the one I mean, where they're sort of doing that, and that is really annoying because that was one of our first dates. So not only have we got memories there from childhood, but adult me remembers going there with dates with Viking when we first got together, and that is upsetting as well because now we can no longer go there and share that memory. So I really do hope that they open back up because that was a real fun time. Like going on your first few dates with your missus, and you remember them with like love. And I think it's a real shame that I'm not going to be able to go back there and remember those remember that thing in that place. Obviously, I'll be able to remember it, but it's not going to be the same because we're not going to be able to revisit it and go, oh yeah, there and there, and talk about it in different ways. And it's really sad that a cultural sort of place that means so much to so many people, there's been loads of people talking all on Facebook that they come from outside the area to go and visit Essex, especially for that cinema. And it's really depressing that people came in from all these different places to go and watch those films with people. And it was a communal hub as well. So I mean, £4 is nothing really when you think about it on the grand scheme of things. I mean, if you're skint, it's tight, of course. But you might be able to afford the £4 to be able to take your child to the cinema and stuff, rather than view prices or Odeon prices or anything like that, which are a lot more. So that's the upsetting thing about it, is that it made it a lot more accessible, a lot more open for a lot more people to enjoy the cinema. And that is a real devastating blow to the community, because now you're going to get people that were upset during COVID and didn't really want to leave the house as much. And you might find that the cinema is the only place that they go to go out. They might not want to go out anymore. There's a lot of people still, believe it or not, there's a lot of people still that don't leave the house as much as they used to. And the only place they might have gone is to go to premiere and to go to the cinema. And now the fact that that might have been cut away, I think is depressing, very depressing. In fact, I know people that all they do is they go cinema, they go CEX, or they go to like the geeky shops. So if you think one of those has been taken away, they might not do the other two things. They might just say, oh, I'll just stay in now then. And I think that's really upsetting, because they're now not going to socialise with people, they're not going to do things. So I really hope Romford community, the council, whoever's involved with this, like the tenants and the leases, I really hope they come to some sort of agreement, because it's very unsure what's going on. There was a bit of a rumour that it was to do with problems with the lease and some structural damage and things like that, but I'm not sure. I think, it's going to take a while for the real details to come out. But by the looks of it, the contract that the guy who owns Premier Cinema, the contract they were given, or the lease, I should say, wasn't as clear as it should have been. And then they're having some sort of dispute. Not that I understand too much about it, but it feels like they've closed really quickly. Something really major has happened, because it literally, like I said earlier on in the vlog, it's gone from being open to shut. And that is really bizarre, So there's definitely something weird going on there. So if you know more, hit me up in the comments. But yeah, it seems really upsetting. For me, like I was saying, there's so many different things I'm connected in with that. And also, not only did I have my first cinema goings there, my first dates with my missus there, but also I remember taking Badger Jr. there as well. And the staff would know Badger Jr., of course, because he's louder than me. But that's depressing, because we went to see, I can't remember what it was now. Brain working. We went to see the Aardman animations there. We went to see Paw Patrol there. We've gone to see all these different things there. Garfield the movie. Went to see all these different kids club films there of a morning. And, there's countless and countless and countless Marvel films we've been to see there. Avengers, comedies. Went to see a special Transformers thing there the other week, which was 4 episodes of the old school Transformers thing. I even saw some old friends that I hadn't seen there for a while. Me and you might know from the show, Idris popped down there with Badger Jr. and we watched 4 episodes of the old school Transformers series. and that was iconic because, you know, where else are you going to see retro stuff? So that was another memory for me and Badger Jr. Yeah, so it's really upsetting that, like, my first films with my missus, my first films with my parents, and my first films with my son have all sort of gotten in this Odeon and in this Premier Cinema, and the fact that it might not come around again is really upsetting. And no, I really love Premier Cinema, and like I said, we've been, like, it's like a close friend almost, because I've got so many connections with those people that work there. I know some of them from before, and I know a lot of the staff there as well. And that's upsetting because people are now out of jobs. So not only have I not got the memories I used to have as full as I would like them, with my son being taken to all these different things, but now people are going to be out of jobs, and I think that's really rubbish as well. That actually really upsets me because these sorts of places are meant to bring in jobs. They're meant to bring in people into the community. They're meant to bring money into the community. And now that's stopping. That's really upsetting. And we don't know exactly what's going on with the staff there. Nothing's been told. They might not even get their next paycheck. And I think that's really upsetting. If you know more about that, tell me in the comments. But, you know, they might not get their end of August paycheck. And I think that's really depressing. You know? But also, another special event that I went to was the Horror Fest. And the lovely Nick Field went there as well. And I met lots of friends there. I saw lots of new people there. And people that I met there reviewed some of the films on the show now, which was really cool. And that was a real bonus. So I got people to review the films, like Ballamoran and stuff. And, you know, that was a blessing because that wouldn't have happened before that. And also I went to see Peter Rabbit as well, which was a special screening of a really good horror film that I don't know if it's out yet, but I recommend it. It's a classic British slasher film with twists and some CGI. And I recommend it wholeheartedly. It's really good. And there's some other really good films that were on that festival. And if you went to that festival, let me know if you saw me or if, you know, what films you went to see, because I'd love us to have a good old chat in the comments about all that. Like I said, so many different memories and so much, like, heart has gone into that place. So I really hope they find a way to reopen it or something. I really do. Really do. Odd stuff. And on another note, I'd like to say that if you would like to support the show, don't forget you could be a member, you can donate, or you could of course ask for a special video via Cameo, and the link to that is in the description. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, we are an entertainment channel that create vlogs, videos, long form content, streams, and we create our own films and everything. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog, and let me know in the comments and chat to me live all the different things and your favourite memories of the cinema. It doesn't matter if it's Premier or in Romford or anything, just your favourite memory of the cinema, if you're not sure and you're not around that area. But yes, look after yourselves, keep safe, keep well, much love everyone, and I'll see you in the next vlog, video, stream, movie or short. Thank you very much for watching. I know this one's been a bit of a long one, but there was a lot to talk about. I really hope they reopen Premiere soon. See you later. Bye.